I'll continue my journey with Final Fantasy XVI. Last time I battled with Bahamut, and after battle I gained few new abilities. So now I have abilities like Flare Breath, Wings of Light, and Impulse. And I think now it's good moment to think about what to change. Maybe I do this time that I remove these Earth abilities and try these Bahamut abilities. So let's change. So we can, with triangle we can remove, and then we can select Bahamut. Let's look. And aha. So it automatically Impulse and Flare Breath were selected. And here also Impulse, Flare Breath, and Wings of Light. Okay, those are already there. And because I have made this change, it's good to save. And let's see anything new in our home page. And I think Wall of Memories is in the same way as before.
It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
There seems to be something new on the table. Let's look reading table. There are actually many new things here. What have happened? Quite a mess. This is from Theodore. Word of Twinside is that there is little left of the capital after the Mad Princess royal tantrum. But what of you and yours? Did you manage an escape before the city went tits up? I trust you did, but the stolas might be good to set your minds at ease. Curse-breaker intelligence. Okay, this is signature, so take signature. Curse-breaker intelligence. Reports from our brothers and sisters afield are all the same. This accursed disguise cast not only a pall over the land, but over the hearts of the people, hearts already heavy from the fall of the Dominion and destruction of Storm's final mother crystal. For now the realms endures, but with each new flood do her renaming children descend further into madness. The situation is as ever dire. Fresh wings shall find on your new moon's turning. Until then our watch continues. May the crystal curse be broke. Greetings from the Crimson Caravans. Aha! The pen is Mightier. I got a trophy. This was kind of secret trophy. I just read messages and I got the trophy. Greetings from Crimson Caravans. I trust you and your party gained the Dominion without further event. Should your travel ever bring you back to the markets and put you in need of additional assistance, you will find the Crimson's caravan more than happy to oblige. We might even offer a discount on our usual rates, Illos. Okay, this I have read. Then there are 3 green ones about Blackthorne. Heed August request. I wonder if I can right away accept side quest by using reading table. Cheers from your head-cracking Blackthorne out of dump the other day. Thing is, I reckon he's gone and thrown himself back in, judging by the droop of his jaws lately. So I'm thinking maybe it went just a little what was on his mind. Maybe there's other demons chopping their big folks into his privates. I know you're a busy bloke, but next time you find yourself free, maybe go and ask old bastard what got him so hot and buttered, assuming it ain't just a forge. This is about Blacksmith. Heed August request. The signature, which is very hard to read, is actually August. Okay, let's take. This is second Blacksmith's Blues. I have done the first, but there is also second. Heed August request, yes. Okay, so we can find.
But I should speak to Blackthorne just in case.
Okay, we can also start side quest by reading table. So let's go. Time to meet Blacksmith.
Blackthorne, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, that you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Charon showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you?
No. They're not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, you could only curse breakers with even better blades.
Sounds familiar.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. We can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you.
It seems
Charon
that
knows about this sword.
it's time to find another secret hidden master of swords. But before going, I check if there are any new. There is even this.
You ever wonder where the hell Charon finds all these treasures of hers? That blade. I've never seen anything like it in all my years as a blacksmith. The edge on that thing. Fuck me. Fretting about us, guys.
Won't help me get my work done. So I'm going to keep my thoughts and leaving semi towards those better suited to the
Unless
task.
that is.
They fancy giving me a hand sewing the birds. And I'm...
So
Is
will it
there
be?
anything new that I... Aha, okay. Grindstone, light shard, meteorite. I create this one. We'll get better sword.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Equip it right away. Okay, now we have better sword. What about here? Okay. This is a little bit, one goes up and one goes down. Okay, this is actually seems good. Aha, but here is the same thing. One goes up and one goes down. This is good, but there are many missing materials. And gelatinous mass is missing. I check. Can I reinforce anything? What about here? Here, Patron. Chain plus 2. Dime armlets. But there is one missing. You first need to have dime armlets plus 1. But you need to have ordinary diamond armlets. Are they anywhere? Diamond armlets. You need to have ordinary diamond armlets. I check, was it? Just a moment. Let's look craft. There is only +1. Okay, you are able to make this one. But it will go 20 HP down. And then reinforce. Okay, it doesn't do any better. But here it goes 20. Up. It looks a little bit odd way. I try. Aha. But I see. I'm totally missing armlets, diamond armlets. One material missing, so okay, that's it. And okay, bitter sword. And we need to talk with Charon.
You're looking well, Charon.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorne. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalimil, where I left him.
Thank you, Charon.
Oh. And he's a touch eccentric. If you take me meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
And Charon has some.
Clive.
Okay, it's about skies. I hope you're not expecting me to explain these skies. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say it were end of the world.
The whole realm's in chaos.
I had orders cancelled on me left and right, and that's from the few associates I haven't lost contact with.
As the old saying goes.
There's opportunity in adversity. The markets for some still more bullish than ever. I find it a way to keep this place fed and watered, don't you worry. I won't let your little family go hungry, whatever the weather.
If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it.
I just check that I have supplies. Okay, potion full. Those are full. Maybe I buy stone
You not find a
skin
better
tonic.
price than that. It'd better all be here.
Lightning tonic gradually fills the limit break. Last elixir. Okay, this is something special. Upon knockout, automatically restores all HP, fills limit scope, and increases attack power by 10% and defense. Okay, this is quite a change. Come with a cost 20,000.
Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Seems the hideaway
There
has
seems
lost
to be
its
some
elegance.
new orchestration spell. Let's look what there is. I think it might be this. Acquired during the main scenario. It might be this.
I'd say we were in for a storm.
We'll see these letters to the mainland as soon as Obelus deems it safe to sail. As for what awaits me there, we'll just have to see, won't we?
It was the Dalimil Inn. Find Iknak in Dalimil. Is there? Yeah. Oh. Travel to that location is unavailable. Find the... Aha. We cannot do it now. Use the handboard. So it will be this location, but we cannot travel it here. So time to go back. And I think maybe we need to continue with the main one still. So time to talk with Otto. I look, check what other things there are. Maybe I check 1,000 tomes.
Is a storm coming soon?
There seems to be something new. Lot of books.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts? Some say that's one of the reasons they were tamed for use as mounts and summiters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
Okay, this was kind of new thing. There's something special with the chocobos.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. With the darkening skies.
Where has once again taken hold of our hearts. And though I have not the power to dispel the gloom above, I should like to believe my tears help to lighten it below.
Be that as it may.
Turning our eyes from the problems which face us will not help to solve them. A mere talent cannot lighten the burden of those who must bear the weight of the world.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Yeah, okay, second trophy. The more you know, trophy earned. The more you know. Okay, there was also a secret trophy hiding here. Heart of the Mother Crystal. The bright convolution of the shards that sits at the center of each Mother Crystal. When heart shatters, so too does the mountain around it. Since time immemorial, sanctuaries have been built around the hearts for the worship and protection of these irreplaceable treasures. The hearts, however, have their own methods of self-defense, replying to any attack upon them with unique and deadly magic. Lost Mother Crystals. When Sidolfin Telamon put his plan to destroy the Mother Crystal in motion, 5 of their number towered over the twins. There less than existed cons past. The mother crystal of Demiski was the first to fall, followed by Drake's Horn in southern Ash and Drake's Eye in the northern territories. Now nothing remains of them save for the scars left behind their passing. Gil has been the common currency of Valistia over since signing of the Continental Accord many centuries ago. The Accord entrusted the administration of the currency to the realm's most trusted merchant guild, headquartered in what would later become the free cities of Canva. The new currency took its name from the founder of said merchant guild, the legendary trader Gilad. The golden trade flourished around the newly established mint, and over time the worship of money grew into village religion. The great bank of the guild barred the land. Adamantite, one of the hardest known materials in the twins, seems of its ore have only been found in the far-flung reaches of Ash, where the forces of the first Verdermarker, the Balud, often warred with the orcs who claimed the lands as their own. Though the metal makes for fine armor, the rarity of both its ore and craftsman first in the peculiars of its forging ensure that the adamantine weapons remain the preserve of rich and powerful.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
I check some of this. Ultima is interesting. The otherworldly being behind much of the tragedy and turmoil that has plagued Valistia. He means to claim Clive as his vessel, Mightier, by purging his will, a will strengthened by the ties of consciousness that binds Clive with others. He unleashes Primogenesis on the world, shrouding in it darkness and turning thousands agasic that these ties of consciousness might at last be loosened. There is Primogenesis, a spell cast by Ultima that casts a rolling wall over all Valistia. So this is kind of spell. Primogenesis. Ifrit Rising. The two icons of fire united as one. Clive and Yosha manifested this being in the skies above the crystalline dominion after entreating the icons to grant them the power they needed to quell the raging Bahamut. It has body of Ifrit, the wings of the phoenix, and might that far exceeded either icon alone. Joshua Rosfield. Dominion of the Phoenix and former heir to the ducal throne. Through he and Clive trod they separate paths for many years. The brothers were finally reunited amid the ruin of crystalline dominion. The crystal flower. When the Drake's tail came under attack by maddened Bahamut, the heart of the Mother Crystal responded by delving into attacker's innermost thoughts and summoning the creation that which most plagued his tortured soul, a woven tale that represented the trust Prince Dion's father placed in him and his duty to the realm. The rise of the firm, a rebellion of the Holy Order of the Knights Dragoon that took place in the crystalline dominion. It was provoked by Emperor Sylvester Lizard's decision to overtake his eldest son Dion and make him second-born Oliver, side of the Empress Annabella, crown prince in his place. Seeing this as yet another victory for Annabella in her long campaign to subvert some precure politics for her own ends, Prime Dion ordered the dragoons into action, but having lost control of his icon, he inadvertently laid waste to the city he had tried to save. So I think, okay, this will be good.
Did you learn everything you needed?
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Okay, then I'll check this part. Usually he does have new songs. There was again new song.
Ivan's newest dish is a masterpiece. Once you get over the urge to gag, that is.
Get over.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw
What do you make of them skies then? Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
Right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just the messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
If I ask about bomb sightings. Okay, so I was only given things, but there seems to be again new things. 10th of the clubs and the Market Brothers. There are actually 3 new things here. Again, there is something new here.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. It's not true.
It's Clive. The world can't be ending, can it? We were struggling before the skies went dark, but now I can't imagine how we will bear it all.
We've lost so much already.
When will it be enough? It will end, won't it, Clive?
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
We get meteorite. We are those who would arrive to lighten the burden home by the crystal cursed. But if we are to survive the coming storm, we must stand together, brother and brother, as you have shown us.
You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
There is a... there is still locking. So I need to talk with Harpocrates. Speak with Vivian, speak with... I need to meet 2 people.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers will...
I hope so.
No, I clicked too fast.
Look at us. Lower than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Stretch time.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmechia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fan, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
There is still Odin.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Okay, King of Waloed is now the mightiest at the moment.
What will it be today?
It's not merely the men and women of Valisthea who have been affected by the imbalance in the ether. These blackened skies have cast fall over all the creatures of the realm.
Then how could it not?
They are living beings just as we are. Alas, their instinct drives them to flee from that which cannot be escaped, ushering them only to madness and death.
But are we any better?
We consider ourselves above such base instincts, and yet fear and befuddlement drive us to make war on our fellow men, to turn our eye at our own suffering upon those who suffer just as keenly as we do. If that is what it means to be human, Clive, I wonder if we are even worth saving at all.
I cannot claim.
Not to have been shocked to learn Twinside's destruction. Indeed, I have long known that such a fate was all but guaranteed. A piece of parchment was all that ever stood between the Dominion and chaos, and those who signed the treaty were only going to abide by it for as long as it suited them. Emperor Sylvester's invasion saw it torn to shreds at last, and as the pieces scattered to the winds, long-festering enmities came to the fore once more.
Such are the wages
of greed and distrust. If those in power pay heed to their whispers, they are likely to grow into a mighty storm, one which the fears or walls of even the stoutest citadel might not withstand.
ironic, then.
That it should be Prince Dion, the boldest, most trustworthy player in this ignoble game, who should be dealt the finishing blow.
How may I help you today?
Okay.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Then we need to visit Harpocrates. I just check map, and everything is locked still.
Is a storm coming soon?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? But Ultima was one of the gods responsible.
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me.
Chronicles.
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Okay, we need to talk with Otto.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That will be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a cashier at her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Okay, let's see. Are we able to? Okay, now world is open. And because we have done so many side things. Now I continue with this side quest, Blacksmith Blues 2. We are finally able to start traveling from Hideaway. So it is so near but still far away.
Fucking leaving bastards.
If you're wondering why Dalimil's in such a sorry state, you can blame the bandits. Them and the mercenaries who are guarding the gates. Though I can hardly fault them for running. Fighting would have meant death. Did for more than a few.
Things have changed here really.
My shop. Why would anyone do such a thing?
Just a moment.
If I had my pickaxe, I would. Oh, my finest.
What's that Branded doing all on his own?
Where the hell has my bearer disappeared to? I shall have him whipped for abandoning his master in his hour of need.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
There is also one main quest here.
So much for the men of the Rock. The cowards took to the hills as soon as they saw the mob coming.
Can we go around? Inaccessible. Okay, maybe I try to combine with the main quest.
Oh, my finest.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
It seems that we need to use main quest. They both are in the same place. Okay, now I can open this door.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Okay, this was Curse Breaker.
Viktor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. These are cursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
And I think now I can.
Had enough fighting.
Oh, I'm also
If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons has purchased the use of every room, hoping to keep out the riffraff, as he puts it.
Now we are able to do also side quests.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Charon's collector.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Charon. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalimil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Velkroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck. It's a wonder the Republic tolerates the existence of the bandit's bed. Who would have thought a few dozen good men might put an end to the problem? Then again, what commander would want to march his troop into the Velkroy?
Okay, and at the same time I can also do a little bit main quest.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Konrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Viktor, pay Konrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Viktor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
And now I think I changed to the side quest.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
So it's time to help Blacksmith. To help him with the distraction. Find out the secret of the sword. Ah, there was something.
Straight home now.
These are new abilities. Aha, okay, it's continuous. New abilities is continuous.
Ready, go?
And it seems that there will be now a lot of ether because of skies and what has happened previously.
Be safe.
Oh, level up. This Bahamut ability seems very effective.
Come on. Faster. We've got company. Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off. Too slow.
Okay, material.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalimil.
Ah, they automatically came back.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What should I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Radim here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Charon drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow.
You cannot use twice.
All sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
There are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis.
Byron.
Byron
Rusfield. Relative.
Perennial thorn in my side.
Odd.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
Relative odd.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorne makes of this whetstone, shall we?
So I think time to visit Hideaway.
Sorry for the wait, but Hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
Sundered whetstone, slab over rock quarried on the southern continent. Its unparalleled hardness make it perfect for sharpening blades, forged from all manner of metals, from bronze to adamantite.
A whetstone? Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade to rattle me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. No point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy now. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I'll be working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Right? I will.
Complete. Ah, Excalibur. Excalibur Design Draft, almost like necessary for crafting sword Excalibur. I need to check Excalibur receive unlock. I need to check if we really can do Excalibur.
Trouble with your gear, or... What do you want?
Brightburn. Grindstone living ball. Yes, we can make it. But there are missing hide and ember, two missing materials. Electrum. Okay, we have new kind of weapon. Available. And maybe I visit a look this one.
Picture it, Konrad.
Your own? Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Konrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Viktor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Konrad, are you saying that Dalimil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Konrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
So what do we need?
Then let us band together and show these brutes that Dalimil is not to be trifled with.
Next thing you know, Natalie'd be offering the bandits bed and board.
Okay, it's inside town.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something, and we may yet be allowed to keep it.
Yes, but...
Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Konrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Konrad seemed quite taken with you.
It appears I have no choice but to do what little I can to defend what little we have. But I would not see any unnecessary blood spilt. We need a plan.
There's truly no chance for us to restock our supplies. That's it then. We shall have to do this the hard way.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Konrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. Mistakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a month ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
I just check, do I have enough points for ability points? 230.
The women folk have come to progress.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours. Too slow.
Aha, sand. Or different kind of material.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Konrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Konrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Viktor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and That is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Down the rabbit hole. A different kind of material. And I think it's time to return to Hideaway. And I think this is good stopping point. We completed one little bit main quest and then one side quest. But there was a couple of surprising trophies that were given or obtained. I want to thank you for everyone for stopping or watching.